Hi there, I'm Tom and welcome to the first proper video on my channel. In this video I'll give you an overview on what the different card types in Wasteland Maniacs are, and from here on out I'll go in depth on several individual aspects of the game in future videos, like for example turn structure and building a deck. We'll start with the backbone of every deck in Wasteland Maniacs, the energy sources. If you know or even play Magic the Gathering, you'll quickly understand how these work as they are quite similar to lands in Magic. You can only play up to one energy source per turn and only during your turn. When in play, these are usually used to create energy, although they may have other uses as well. Energy is used to play cards and activate abilities, so basically to do anything. This black 3-piece symbol is the Depletion symbol. It is part of the activation cost to create energy. Cost and effect are always separated by a coda. In the case of standard energy sources, that is their only cost and only ability. There are 4 types of energy and all have respective ways of producing the required energy. If we take a look at Fuel Barrel, you'll see that you can put it into the depletion zone and gain 1 thermal energy. The other types of energy are electric, kinetic and typeless. Once an energy source is depleted, you can't use it again until it returns from your depletion zone, which is usually at the beginning of your next turn. As for actual playing and winning the game, units are your primary win condition. You can only play them during your turn, as with all types of cards. Apart from energy sources, each card has a level and type. The type is represented by the energy symbols in the top right corner. You have to exactly match the symbols shown there to play the unit. In addition to that, you also have to fulfill the level requirement. When you have paid the necessary energy of the unit, you have to close out the difference to the level with arbitrary energy. So for example, take a look at this Hidden Blood Assassin. It is a level 4 unit, which means you have to pay 4 energy in total to play this card. However, its type is thermal kinetic, so one of the 4 energy you pay has to be of the thermal type and one has to be of the kinetic type. Go into how units exactly work in another video, but for now everything we have to worry about are these 3 things: hit points, power and classes. Hit points are very important, as you might know from gaming or what have you. When a unit's HP drops below 0 for just 1 moment, it is killed and put into its owner's graveyard. A unit's power determines what it can and can't do. Apart from attacking or counter-attacking, if not stated otherwise, every unit can attack or counter-attack though. I'll talk about combat in a separate video as it is a very large subject. But every skill and gear, 2 other card types, also have a power stat. If the power of a skill or gear is higher than that of the unit you want to use it on, you can't. The power of the unit has to be higher or equal to the power of the skills and gear you want it to use. Many units also have certain abilities, but we'll talk about those in a future video. The class is possibly one of the most important aspects of units. They determine certain things in combat, which we'll talk about in a video dedicated to combat, as I already mentioned, but also what skills and gear a unit can use. A unit can be of the melee, ranged or hybrid class and can only use skill and gear that are suited for its class. Skills are one-time use cards you play by assigning a unit you control to use that skill. After the skill has been played and its effect came into play, it is put into the graveyard. To play a skill, you have to pay the required energy, as we discussed with units earlier, and then assign a unit to use the skill. The caveat being that the power of the unit using the skill has to be higher or equal to the power of the skill, and that the class of the unit has to be represented in the skill. A unit can use any number of skills during a turn. Here is the third and last card type with a power stat attached to it, which means it also has to do with units. You play these with the same restrictions and requirements as skills, but unlike skills, gear stays on units. A gear stays on the unit it is played on as long as the unit stays on the playing field. Gear can't be swapped around between units, making you think about when to play these cards. Also, you can put the same subtype of gear on the same unit. Well, you can, but then you have to sacrifice one of those gear cards by putting it in your graveyard. Let's take a look at an example to clear things up. Let's say we have a Harbinger of Bane on the playing field and want to equip it with Faceless Mask, but we already equipped it with Personality Split earlier. Since Faceless Mask and Personality Split are both masks each, we can only have one of the 2 on a Harbinger of Bane. So when we decide to play Faceless Mask on Harbinger of Bane, we have to sacrifice either Personality Split or Faceless Mask. We choose to sacrifice Personality Split and put it in our graveyard. Guards are a last card type and you play them just like units, so dependent on nothing but the energy you have available to you. When in play, guards have a specific effect or abilities you can manually activate, and that is all they do. So then, now you're familiar with all the types of cards in Wasteland Maniacs, and I hope everything regarding that topic is fairly clear. And with that, I say goodbye, thanks for watching, and until next time.